Today is Cy Young Day. We're going to see Shane Bieber take home a unanimous award in the American League because, let's face it, no one in the AL is going to challenge him. I expect him to get every single first place vote. And then in the National League, we have a three-headed monster between Trevor Bauer, Jacob deGrom, and Yu Darvish. I think that Yu Darvish is on the outside looking in. deGrom is going for his third consecutive Cy Young, and Trevor Bauer, who was the ERA leader in the National League, he's looking for his very first. I'm going to be super happy for him if he wins, and I do expect him to win. But let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think is going to take the cake? Today is also Veterans Day, so thank you all so much to anyone who was watching this video that served. We all appreciate you. Thank you so much for your service. And a lot of crazy things have happened in the last 24 hours. DJ LeMahieu, he told the Yankees, nope, I'm not going to accept that offer, but there's still a chance that they can re-sign him. Marcus Stroman, he picked a team. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. And then also, I guess we'll go ahead and kickstart the video with an update on Tony La Russa, because yesterday we talked about how he was arrested for his second DUI, and Marcus Stroman said, I would never play for a guy like that. Well, he's not going to because he did not pick the White Sox, but there was a slight update on what Tony La Russa did, and it does not look good. So if we head on over to Twitter, this is what Tony La Russa said to the police officer, that he basically only had one glass of wine while at dinner with my friends. Do you see my ring? That's what Tony La Russa said. And then the officer came back and said, what are you talking about? La Russa stated, I'm a Hall of Famer baseball person. I'm legit. I'm a Hall of Famer, brother. You're trying to embarrass me. And then the police officer advised him that he was not trying to embarrass him and he would be treated with the utmost respect. What are you doing, Tony La Russa? You think that just because you're in the Baseball Hall of Fame that you have a sparkly little ring on your finger that you're above the law? He states that he only had one glass of wine at dinner, but you can't be doing that. You've already had a DUI in the past. You can't drink and then go and drive. It's not responsible. I cannot believe the White Sox actually gave this man a fat contract knowing that this was in the works. And hopefully they didn't know that he was saying this to the police officer, because this reminds me of when Aaron Judge's girlfriend was arrested a few months ago and she was saying, you can't do this, you can't do this, I'm gonna get my boyfriend in so much trouble. Basically trying to get out of a ticket because she was Aaron Judge's girlfriend. And the same goes for Tony La Russa, that because he was a Hall of Famer, he's kind of above the normal person. He should be held to a high regard, and that the police officer was just trying to embarrass him. That is just awful. If you're a White Sox fan, you gotta feel embarrassed because he is making you look like a mockery of a franchise when they already got rid of a manager who was in the running to win Manager of the Year. So the White Sox franchise is kind of in disarray. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next story, and that is top free agent DJ LeMahieu saying no to the qualifying offer that was sent by the Yankees. So the qualifying offer was for $18.9 million, and LeMahieu had to accept it or decline it by Wednesday. Obviously, he did that. Now, of course, he's worth more than $18.9 million. LeMahieu was never going to accept this because everyone and their mother said that he was a product of Coors Field. He was never going to be the same player after he leaves the Rockies. Well, guess what? He got even better. He has been an MVP caliber player in 2 straight seasons, so he's going to get anywhere from $23 to $27 million, at least in my opinion, and I think that he will stay with the Yankees. But the problem with New York is they now have a little brother team owned by Steve Cohen, and yesterday he came out in a press conference and said that not only is he trying to build a team, but he's trying to invest, and he did that by offering Marcus Stroman a qualifying offer of $18.6 million, something like that, and Stroman accepted it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Marcus Stroman as a baseball player. Off the field, he's awesome. He does a lot of charity work. I think that he's a great role model. I do like Marcus Stroman, the person. I hate his little dance moves and the fact that he has to rely on disrupting the hitter's timing to get outs. Like, if you're nasty, you're nasty. But considering he has to do this and wiggle and delay and do a different slide step and put his leg up in the air and then on the next pitch not do that, he has to have a lot of gimmicks in order to get outs. Some people like that. I'm on the side that if you're gonna get me out, try and do it with your best stuff as opposed to ruining my timing. But it's all fair game. It's under the umbrella of baseball. You can do it if you want. Just I know a lot of people, they aren't a fan.
It's just kind of random, to be honest. Whenever I feel in a game, I'm always watching hitters before I pitch against the team. I'm always watching their timing. I'm watching how many times they waggle the bat, how many times they step out of the box. So it's just kind of whenever I feel like the time is necessary.
So right now it is going to be a battle of New York. Who is going to spend the most amount of money? Who is going to make their money count? Because it's one thing to sign DJ LeMahieu if you're the Yankees, but if you're going to extend Brett Gardner yet again, maybe you're not allocating your money in the best of ways. So I think going forward into 2021, it's going to be more about business as opposed to mending relationships. I think a lot of people and owners are going to be cutthroat. They're going to go for the best players, no matter if they've been with the team for 10 years, 15 years, or if they've been the superstar franchise player for the last 6 years. Speaking of Francisco Lindor, he is gone. Another report came out today that basically confirms he is going to the Blue Jays, the Phillies, the Yankees, the Mets, any other team that you see on the screen right now. But if you're asking me, I think that Lindor is going to end up in New York. I don't know where he goes. And whatever team does not get Francisco Lindor, I think they will be getting DJ LeMahieu. So let's say that the Mets trade for Francisco Lindor, they'll probably send back Jimenez to the Indians, and then they won't re-sign, or they won't actually sign DJ LeMahieu. Now, let's say the Yankees do not trade for Francisco Lindor. I think that they'll actually re-sign DJ LeMahieu. Now, there is a scenario that I've seen that the Yankees will try and re-sign DJ and trade for Francisco Lindor, and then try and send Luke Voit in a package back to Cleveland. I just don't know how that makes sense, because the Indians don't need guys that hit home runs and strikeouts. They need more outfielders. So I think Clint Frazier would have to be involved in that deal as well. But that pretty much does it for all of the breaking news from today. DJ LeMahieu, who in my opinion is the consummate Yankees player, all he does, he shows up, he rakes, he plays his position, I mean, as well as he can. He's not an elite defender at second base anymore, but whether it's third base, second base, first base, or DH, he is going to be one of the best hitters in all of baseball. I think that he will be back on the Yankees for about $23 to $27 million. I know that's kind of a wide range, but I think that's going to happen. And then honestly, because of that, in my humble opinion, I think that Francisco Lindor, before opening day, or actually by opening day of the following season, I think he will be the starting shortstop of the New York Mets, and that is just my opinion. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, happy Veterans Day to everyone that has served. We very much appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section down below, if you're a White Sox fan, what is your first impression of Tony La Russa? Can't be that great. And then also, if you're a fan of either New York teams, would you rather have Francisco Lindor, or would you rather have DJ LeMahieu? Because at this point, considering a lot of teams are trying to penny pinch going into 2021, I mean, aside from the Mets are already spending big bucks. Who do you think is going to get Lindor and LeMahieu? Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Peace out. Shout out to anyone that stayed towards the end, because we're going to talk about the Rookie of the Year winners as well as the Managers of the Year. Kyle Lewis had an insane 2020. He led rookies in a bunch of different stats. And then in the National League, we have Devin Williams, who held opponents to a .33 ERA. That is just insane. The first time ever that two African Americans have won the Jackie Robinson Rookie of the Year award. That is special. Don Mattingly easily should have won the NL Manager of the Year, and he does. He led the Marlins to the playoffs for the first time in, I think, 17 years. And then Kevin Cash, even though he did what he did with Blake Snell, you still have to give him props. The lowest payroll in baseball, and they get to the World Series.